Former President Barack Obama is sharply criticizing President Trump's economic policies and calling the Trump administration's moves targeting President Trump's political opponents unimaginable. President Obama also has a message for his fellow Democrats saying, and I'm quoting him now, "We're in one of those moments when you know what? It's not enough just to say you're for something. You may actually have to do something and possibly sacrifice a little bit," close quote. Former Vice President Kamala Harris is also weighing in, saying President Trump's actions have been largely predictable. Listen.
Each day in these last few months in our country, and it understandably creates a great sense of fear. Because, there were many things that we knew would happen. Many things. I'm not here, so I told you so.
She said, "I told you so." Joining us now, CNN political commentator and Democratic strategist Paul Begala. Paul, thanks for joining us. President Obama also called out the silence from Republicans about the economic turbulence here in the United States and President Trump's attacks on his perceived enemies. What do you make of what we heard from the former president and the former vice president?
Well, President Obama is probably the most popular politician around. I saw a Gallup poll earlier this year had him at 59%. Donald Trump never had a day in his whole life when he was at 59%. That's easier to be an ex-president. It is. And I think one of President Obama's great gifts in politics is timing. He's not out there in your face every day. He's the way Trump has to be. He's the president. Okay. But he picks his moments and he knows what he is doing. He's the best sense of timing I've seen anybody since Ronald Reagan. And he is connecting right now. And it is both these grocery store issues, these cost of living issues, which is the most important. That's what's driving everything now. But also these more existential issues about our freedom. When you see people taken, handcuffed, and shipped to some hellhole in a prison in El Salvador without any due process, I'm glad Barack Obama is speaking out. I will also note, so is Joe Rogan. So if Donald Trump, okay, he's losing Barack Obama, he's also losing Joe Rogan, a very popular podcaster that Mr. Trump went on his show. Because Americans don't like that kind of lack of due process, and they sure don't like the costs going up at the grocery store the way they are.
A recent poll shows just 63% of Democrats view the party favorably right now. That's down from 81% at the start of the Biden administration. But according to Ron Brownstein, the columnist and good friend, these image problems might not matter much coming up in the 2026 midterm elections. He writes this. He writes that Democrats' best chance to recover would rely on their ability to, quote, crystallize public discontent with the actions by President Trump and the Republican-controlled Congress. You think he's right about